You're watching local coverage you can count on. This is Wayne 15 News at 6.
There was clearly enough evidence to file the Class A misdemeanor battery charge against the sheriff in this cause.
We first learned about an incident involving Allen County Sheriff David Gladieux 2 months ago. This evening, the sheriff faces criminal charges in connection with that incident. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tara Brantley.
And I'm Dirk Rowley. We have team coverage tonight, and we start with Wayne 15's Angelica Robinson, who's been covering this story from the beginning. She joins us live at the courthouse to break it all down. Angelica?
A special prosecutor from Madison County drove to Fort Wayne today to file those battery charges against Sheriff Gladieux. Now, this comes after a 2-month-long investigation. He said there was clearly enough evidence to do so, and he also said if Sheriff Gladieux had not been drinking, this altercation may have never happened. Now, according to court documents, a 15-year-old volunteer at the Three Rivers Festival saw Gladieux and another man walking into the VIP area. The volunteer walked back to see what they were doing. He asked to see Gladieux's VIP badge, and according to court documents, Gladieux responded, "I'm the sheriff, move out of my way." Gladieux reportedly showed his VIP pass when the boy asked again, but according to court documents, Gladieux kept walking toward the boy and pushed him. That's when the volunteer fell on the ground and hit a metal stake that was supporting the VIP tent. Gladieux told investigators that he did have an altercation at the festival, but that he didn't see anything that indicated the boy was a volunteer. He also said that the boy placed his hands on Gladieux's chest to stop him from leaving. That's when Gladieux says he kept walking and the victim fell backward. Special Prosecutor Rodney Cummings had this to say about it.
Hold our public officials to a higher standard. I think this was not the shining light, the best day the sheriff's ever had. We are human beings. We make mistakes. He clearly made a mistake on July 16th. It wasn't his best course of action. I think he's acknowledged that. He's willing to apologize for it and accept consequences for his behavior.
As part of a plea agreement between the prosecutor and Gladieux's attorney, Gladieux will enter a pretrial diversion program. A special judge outside of Allen County will be appointed to oversee that. Still, Gladieux does maintain his innocence. Today is actually the first time that he responded to any of these allegations. Wayne 15 Sierra Tufts joins us now with his response.
Thank you, Angelica. As part of the sheriff's pretrial deferral program, he needed to make a public apology for his actions in July. Wayne 15 was sent the apology from the sheriff's lawyer. From the sheriff. In the one-page typed-out statement, Sheriff Gladieux says he failed to conduct himself in a manner fitting his office. The statement reads in part that he is, quote, deeply sorry for his actions involving the volunteer at the Three Rivers Festival. Sheriff Gladieux acknowledged his encounter injured the volunteer. The sheriff also stated that he brought dishonor upon the Allen County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Gladieux says he is willing to fully accept responsibility for his actions and accept the conditions of the pretrial diversion agreement. That includes the public apology about his actions in July. The sheriff's attorney says the statement provided to Wayne 15 is Sheriff Gladieux's official public apology. The sheriff must also pay a fee of $334, complete alcohol treatment and anger management programs, and be under the supervision of the program for a year. Taking a look at the pretrial diversion program, the Allen County Prosecutor's website says the program is only offered for certain misdemeanor offenses. If someone is referred to the program, they have the opportunity to avoid a criminal conviction on their record. Once the program requirements are met, the charges are shown as dismissed. Live in downtown, Sierra Tufts, Wayne 15 News.
Sierra, Angelica, thank you. Now, after learning more about what unfolded during the festival and the official charges, many are wondering what happens next.
Will the sheriff be able to keep his job, or will he have to give up his badge? Wayne 15's Taylor Williams joins us now with the answers. Taylor?
Yeah, Dirk and Tara, in the state of Indiana, a law enforcement officer can have misdemeanors on their record and still keep their job. That includes the sheriff. Now, we reached out to the Allen County Election Board, and in order to run and hold an elected office, a person cannot have any felony charges on their record. So in that case, Gladieux is fine to keep his position. However, because he's on his second term as sheriff, he cannot run for a third term as sheriff. So we broke the news on Wayne.com. Minutes later, we sent out push alerts on our Wayne mobile app. For those who had the app, they received an alert at 10:40, just minutes after we learned of Gladieux's charges. Now on Wayne.com, we look back at Gladieux's history with the department, as well as the full press release of his public statement, and you can find the full interview with his attorney and more. And again, that's only on Wayne.com. Reporting live in the newsroom, Taylor Williams, Wayne 15 News.
Now, your first weather from the live Doppler 15 Fury Weather Center.
We're going to get to the storms that continue to move across our area.
Nicholas, of course, tracking all of that. What's the latest?
Okay, well, the main thing to know is we do not have any active severe thunderstorm warnings. That's a big change from just the past half hour to an hour when a number of them dotted our map. The storms are still out there. They're just weak enough that we're not seeing those storm warnings show up. We're having wind gusts anywhere from 40 miles per hour and above, some heavy downpours that could cause some flooding in spots. As storms moved through North Manchester earlier, I have a report from a weather watcher, Troy, there, that they picked up 2 inches of rainfall. Those storms now shifting to the south. Wabash, you're getting in on heavy rain. Also some heavy rain nearby Huntington and across Huntington County. This rain activity gradually moves to the southeast. Right now it's moving at about 20 miles per hour, so it's picked up in speed just a little bit. We're going to see heavy rain right now in Markle, Ossian 618, North Oaks at 630. As we continue through the evening, all this rain activity gradually shifts eastward, so if you have not seen rain yet, you could very well get in on some strong storms before the night is done, although not all areas will receive the heavy rain. Around Fort Wayne, it's just the far southwestern side of the county that is seeing the strong downpours now. The rest of the area just seeing light rain. Temperatures are sitting right around 80 in Fort Wayne. We're cooler to the north and warmer to the south. I'm back to track some temperature changes in your 10-day forecast later on.
Nicholas, thank you. He is charged with sexual misconduct with a minor and child molestation. This morning, former assistant football coach and substitute teacher Christopher Litchfield made his first appearance in court. The 24-year-old taught at Adams Central Middle School. Court documents show several boys accused Litchfield of sending them messages and photos that made them feel uncomfortable. Some say he touched them inappropriately. Litchfield was fired from the school. District leaders say they are deeply distressed to learn of his arrest, and their first priority is to educate children in a safe environment.
The man who was left injured last night in a shooting has died. The Allen County Coroner's Office identified him as 29-year-old Corey Applegate, and his death has been ruled a homicide. Officers were called to Euclid Avenue on a report of shots fired. That's when they found Applegate lying in the front yard with a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital with life-threatening conditions and died later this morning. Investigators say he got into a fight with a relative before the shooting. Police say they believe there are several witnesses, and if you have information, you should call police or Crime Stoppers.
State health officials are urging you to continue using bug spray after a rare mosquito virus popped up in northern Indiana. Since last month, 3 horses and 1 group of mosquitoes from Elkhart County have all tested positive for triple E virus. No human cases have been reported in Indiana this year, but 3 human cases have been reported in southwest Michigan this year, 1 fatal. While rare, the triple E virus can cause serious illness. Symptoms include chills, fever, body aches, and joint pain. You can find tips to avoid getting bitten by heading to our website, Wayne.com.
The Northeast Indiana Riley Luncheon celebrated local Riley champions today for their bravery and compassion. This year, there are 3 champions in Northeast Indiana. This event is not only to honor these kids, but to raise awareness for Riley Children's Foundation's Be the Hope Now, the campaign for kids. The goal for Indiana is to raise $175 million before the end of June 2020.
Still to come on Wayne 15 News at 6. Many of you might think this is rain on the radar, but you'd be wrong. Find out what this really is when your number 1 News at 6 returns.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Tara Brantley and Dirk Rowley. You're watching Wayne 15 News at 6.
Social media is buzzing after the National Weather Service in Cleveland shared a rare phenomenon from earlier this week.
The video loop they shared appears to show rain showers moving across the region, but turns out what you're seeing isn't actually rain. So what is it? Meteorologist Joe Struess is here to tell us. Joe, cut the suspense. What is it?
Dirk and Tara, this radar loop appears to show rain showers moving across the radar to the untrained eye. But what you're actually seeing is dragonflies. Large swarms of dragonflies moved over the region earlier this week, and when atmospheric conditions are just right, you can actually see them on weather radar. If the swarm is large enough and is flying high enough, the insects can be detected by the radar beam itself. Earlier this year, the Weather Service office in Cleveland detected mayflies moving ashore, giving the appearance of a rain shower. And I talked to a professor from Purdue Fort Wayne to see if the numbers of dragonflies in this large amount of swarms are good to have around.
With dragonflies specifically, it's good to see dragonflies because they're really good predators, and so they eat all the insects and pests that we can think of that bother us when we're outside, so mosquitoes especially. So seeing lots of dragonflies is a really good thing because that means they're eating lots of those pests and getting rid of those things that we don't want to see.
Now, other phenomena such as smoke have been detected on radar in the past. These images show a smoke plume near Green Bay, Wisconsin back in 2015. It appeared to resemble a rain shower on the local radar. Now, some could say it was raining dragonflies, but really the weather that day was fairly nice across the region. In Studio 15, Joe Struess, Wayne 15 News.
All right, Joe, thanks for the explanation. Okay.
I don't think it's dragonflies I hear thundering above us.
No, it's really rain in many spots and some heavy rain in areas too. Take a look at Storm Tracker. These storms move east through the evening. I'm tracking them for you in your forecast right after this.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferreri's live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
It was a good day to be talking about weather because, boy, we've certainly experienced a lot of it. And earlier on this afternoon, I was out talking with the Indiana State Teachers Association retired teachers, their Allen County chapter. Here's just a portion of the group. We had lots of questions, including questions about weather as far as rainfall, hurricanes, things like that. Precipitation that would be picked up on radar. So how appropriate now that we have rain and thunderstorms crossing the area. As far as our big storm threats tonight, really it's high winds that will be our biggest concern. Some wind gusts between 40 to 60 miles per hour possible. Could also see some hail, mainly small hail that's a little bit less likely to cause damage. Also some flooding possible due to some heavy downpours that are coming with this evening's storms. Take a look at Storm Tracker and our time lapse of the past couple hours here as thunderstorms moved in and now are kind of congealing into a little line from Wabash over to Huntington County. And we're seeing heavy downpours now approaching LaFountain. We'll pause radar here and we'll analyze just how rapidly this rain is falling. We had a report earlier on as storms moved through North Manchester of 2 inches of rainfall coming down there. Now in LaFountain, that precipitation rate 2.95 inches an hour. So if you are driving through LaFountain, boy, you cannot see in front of you at all with a downpour like that. We have this area of storms that will continue through the evening. We, in fact, have a chance at seeing scattered storms even into late night. It'll all clear by the time we get to the morning. As far as the storms that are on our map right now that stretch from southwest Allen County through northern Wells County over through Huntington County and into southern Wabash County, we'll put a track and we'll talk about where these storms are going. They are gradually moving to the southeast at a speed of about 20 miles per hour on average. We're going to see the rain pick up in intensity in Decatur, where at 6:58, then in Pinedo at 7:24. In Fort Wayne at present, it's just the southwestern side of the county near 24 and I-69 that we're seeing the heaviest rain. The rain is light elsewhere. Here's our Empyrean Event Center camera. Some scattered clouds through the afternoon. The clouds thickening up as the rain moves closer. But remember, the rain that's falling in downtown right now is rather light. 78 degrees in Fort Wayne at present. At 8 o'clock, 77. By 10 o'clock, we'll be at 72 with that scattered rain chance hanging on. We're a little bit cooler to the north, much warmer to the south. We have a warm front spread across the air, and that's what's helping generate the thunderstorms here. Look at Hartford City's temperature, 89 now. That scattered rain and thunderstorm chance does extend past midnight. It'll be gone by the morning commute. Still some scattered clouds around as their day begins. Temperatures down in the mid-60s in Fort Wayne and a little bit warmer to the south. During the day tomorrow, a cold front crosses on through. That's on the backside of the rain and thunderstorms that we're experiencing here tonight, and that means another rain and thunderstorm chance tomorrow. The morning time likely to be dry, but by the time we get to mid-late afternoon, evening, that's when we'll get our best chance. By 7 o'clock, when we have Friday Night Football going on, all that rain will have cleared the area to the east. So that's some great news there. Of course, with rain around, it's good weather for an umbrella, and I hope you have one, and I really hope you have a Live Doppler 15 Fury Storm Team umbrella. But of course, the only way to get it is to win our Live Doppler 15 Fury umbrella contest, which you can enter on the contest page at wayne.com. We announce a new winner every Thursday night at this time. This week, we congratulate Angela Simmons of Fort Wayne. Angela, someone from our umbrella department, will be contacting you to find out how you can get your umbrella, to let you know how you can get your umbrella. 83 is our high tomorrow. On Saturday, 77, cooler and less humid around here. Then we're back to the 80s after that. Stay tuned. Sports is next.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Glenn Marini's Sports Report. Sports coverage you can count on.
It's still relatively early in the season, but you could say DeKalb is in the driver's seat for the NE8 conference. Barron's standout running back Tanner Jack, he knows a thing or two about that. His family, including his older brother Hunter, get behind the wheel and race during the offseason with dreams of being NASCAR drivers. Sports reporter Andy McDonald shifts gears and has their story.
They're revving it up at DeKalb.
Oh, he's a human joystick, and his brother was the same way.
He's got a heck of an arm, and with me and Landon running the ball, I think it's going to be hard to stop us this year.
He's the fastest guy on the field. He jukes and cuts and makes people look dumb.
This Barron's offense runs like a finely tuned machine.
In racing, it's hard to find holes. Sometimes you got to make your own, but same with football. You just try to find the hole, and if there's not one, you just bounce it and see what you can do.
Running back Tanner Jack knows how to find a seam, whether that's on the field or on the racetrack.
Well, Hunter started racing, and of course my dad raced, so I kind of want to be like my big brother, and my dad put me in a little kid kart. And ever since then, I started winning and winning and winning.
I'd say I'm more cool-headed. I try to be aggressive when I need to be. I should probably be a little more aggressive, but I'm working on that. So.
It's a family business with his older brother Hunter, who also played football and recently graduated from DeKalb, along with his parents and sister. They race in the CRA All-Star Series all over the Midwest.
This season we've already won 2 races, and one of them was a pretty big race, which is a good step, but we're getting better, and if we start winning more, that's when more things could happen.
At Bristol, we actually run faster with these cars than they do at Bristol because of how light these ones are.
With the help of many local sponsors, the Jack brothers have NASCAR aspirations.
Now I just have a lot more confidence in my moves and just being on the track, knowing that I have some good equipment and that I can always have a chance to win.
Knows where to cut, when to cut, understanding leverage points, and I think there is a correlation. Understanding where the lanes are and how to hit it and how to get out of it and in and out of all those corners. And when he plants and turns, man, he puts that pedal to the metal and just goes.
Number 41 on the racetrack and also on the football field. The Jacks have a need for speed.
Same with racing. If there's nothing there, you just got to keep pushing and pushing and see if you can find something.
Andy McDonald, Wayne 15.
DeKalb hosts East Noble on Friday night. That's one of 17 games you're going to see right here on the Highlight Zone, Fort Wayne's longest running and most watched sports show. In the NFL, Bears play their first road game on Sunday as Chicago heading to Denver to face their old defensive coordinator Vic Fangio and the Broncos. A lot of eyes going to be on quarterback Mitchell Trubisky in the offense. Bears scoring just 3 points in a Week 1 loss to the Packers last Thursday night.
I was told not to talk about the last game. There's a lot of decisions on each play, and there's like 3 or 4 different plays built in one. Sometimes it's the right decision, sometimes it's wrong. Sometimes I make the wrong decision, but I make it right with the way I execute it. But we're moving on to this week, and we just got to be almost automatic on 3rd and 1. We got to just make sure we get those.
Kick is set for 4:25 on Fox this Sunday. Meanwhile, if you want the Colts-Titans game this Sunday, you've come to the right place. Game starts 1 o'clock. That's right here on Wayne TV, your home, as always, for Colts football. And that'll do it for sports. We're back in 2.